In the beginning of every story of existence lies a spark, subtle as the morning mist, yet capable of illuminating the entire world. Thus began the journey of John, a young dreamer and seeker of truth who, from an early age, pondered the essence of being and the meaning of life. His small hometown brimmed with history. Every corner, every narrow street bore the imprint of the past, much like ancient runes that narrated humanity's eternal quest for truth. John often sat on the roof of an old building, gazing at the stars while wondering, what if existence were not merely a succession of random events, but a profound design of the universe? In his heart, a thought was kindled, that every moment reflected something far greater, an unseen connection between the fates of individuals and the cosmic rhythms. He believed that the true meaning of life lay in the relentless search for self-understanding and in the endeavor to grasp the nature of being. One spring evening, as the sky was bathed in the golden hues of sunset, John encountered a wandering sage. The man, dressed in a simple linen shirt, with deep, serene eyes, sat beside him on the roof. The sage recounted the story of an ancient civilization that believed life was an endless cycle of energies, where every event and every meeting was preordained by a higher design. "We are not accidental," the sage proclaimed, "but fragments of a magnificent unity. Our mission is to awaken within ourselves the understanding that everything happening is part of the grand symphony of existence." Those words ignited a flame of curiosity in John that burned for years. He immersed himself in ancient texts, philosophical treatises, and parables, in search of answers to the questions that troubled his soul. Every line he read revealed new facets of a world where mind and heart intermingled in a complex dance of being. John soon realized that the pursuit of truth was not a mere intellectual exercise. It was a deep process of self-discovery, with every thought serving as a stepping stone toward unraveling the great mystery. His path was fraught with challenges and encounters with diverse souls, each leaving an indelible mark on his consciousness. At times, doubts and the fear of the unknown would envelop him, yet he always recalled the sage's words and pressed forward. He learned to discern beauty in the mundane, found solace in the stillness of the night, and discovered revelations in the whispering wind, as if it carried secrets from distant realms. With every new dawn, John felt his soul fill with light and understanding. He saw that the nature of being was intricate and multifaceted, a mirrored mosaic where every fragment had its significance and place. In this unceasing quest for truth, he discovered harmony both within himself and with the world around him. To him, existence was no longer a random assemblage of events, but a majestic journey in which every step was deliberate and laden with meaning. Over the following months, John delved ever deeper into the study of philosophy. He spent hours in conversation with scholars, artists, and ordinary people, each offering their own interpretation of life's meaning. His journals overflowed with metaphors and allusions as he strove to capture the essence of what was unfolding before him. He wrote, "Existence is not a final destination, but an endless flow, much like a river that, despite obstacles, invariably reaches the ocean of truth." Simultaneously, as he pursued these answers, John began to feel new ideas and intuitions stirring within him. He understood that true wisdom was not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but the art of listening to one's heart and embracing life in all its layers. Every encounter, every event, became a lesson absorbed like a sponge, drawing from it the wisdom of the ages. He realized that the meaning of existence was not about solving one singular enigma, but about perceiving beauty and harmony even in the simplest, most ordinary moments. Step by step, his path became ever clearer. John recognized that the nature of being was a complex dance of light and shadow, joy and sorrow, life and death. In that dance, he found a reflection of his own soul, a soul yearning for oneness with the cosmos. His thoughts transformed into prayers, and his doubts into questions that he sought to answer in the quiet of night and the ancient lore of old. The glow of the setting sun reminded him that even amid darkness, one could find a spark of truth to ignite an endless awakening, uniting heart and mind as one. In the months that followed, John experienced profound changes and discovered entirely new horizons. He ventured into a small settlement nestled among forests and rivers, where the locals revered ancient wisdom and lived in perfect harmony with nature. There, he met Emily, a perceptive woman with gentle eyes and a soft voice, who from the very first moment appeared to guide him into a realm of age-old mysteries. Together, they spent long hours discussing the nature of the world, the eternal questions of existence, and the fate woven by the threads of time. Emily shared stories of how her ancestors believed in the cyclical nature of life, that everything in nature, from the sunrise to the murmuring breeze, was part of a grand cosmic balance. Every raindrop and every ray of light carries within it a truth that only the heart can understand, she would say with a warm smile. As John listened, he felt his soul stir with the realization of oneness with the world. Every sound, every scent, every subtle movement became a sign pointing toward the presence of a higher design. Inspired by Emily's insights, John began to devote even more attention to the natural world. He rose at dawn to embrace the cool morning air and spent his evenings beneath the starlit sky, contemplating how the stars, like countless tiny sparks, were woven into the fabric of time. He started keeping a journal, meticulously recording his observations and philosophical reflections, determined to capture every moment suffused with the wonder of eternity. One day, while wandering through a dense forest, John discovered an old abandoned gazebo surrounded by ancient trees whose age seemed immeasurable. Within this secluded haven, he found an old manuscript encrusted with moss and marked by barely discernible symbols. The text appeared to hold a key, a clue to understanding the very nature of existence. For days, John dedicated himself to deciphering its cryptic lines, feeling that each new character unlocked a door to another dimension, where time and space intertwined in an eternal dance. As he delved deeper into the manuscript, John came to understand that the pursuit of truth demanded more than intellectual effort. It required an intuitive comprehension born from lived experience and a deep communion with nature. He mused that every culture might harbor a fragment of truth that, when pieced together, formed a universal tapestry of meaning, transcending the boundaries of belief and tradition. John grew increasingly convinced that existence was not a mere accident, but an integral part of a grand, infinite design, where every soul played a distinct role. Day by day, his inner world expanded, filling with a calm certainty in the path he had chosen. He learned to see life as a series of symbolic encounters and subtle signs, each guiding him closer to a higher understanding. Whenever it seemed that truth was elusive, he found comfort in nature, the rustle of leaves in the forest, the joyful songs of birds, and the glistening dew at dawn all spoke to him of eternal harmony. The discussions with Emily and the countless hours spent in introspection purified his consciousness and opened his heart even wider. he began to discern how delicate strands of fate interwove to form a unique tapestry where every encounter, every event was neither accidental nor meaningless, but brimming with significance. John felt that every moment of his life was an opportunity for spiritual growth, a chance to draw nearer to understanding that profound mystery toward which all souls strive. Wrapped in the tranquil twilight of each evening, John continued his journey with the awareness that every moment was a precious gift, one capable of unveiling new realms of understanding. His heart beat in rhythm with the universe, urging him to persist in his quest for truth, even as the boundaries of his world expanded with every step he took. Enriched by his growing reservoir of knowledge and lived experiences, John sensed that his life had embarked on a new trajectory. His inner world had transformed, and he began to seek ways to share the wisdom he had gathered. A deep desire took root, to form a community where individuals could share their insights and collectively explore the eternal questions of existence. He envisioned a gathering of kindred spirits whose combined light would dispel the darkness of doubt and ignorance, much like stars piercing a midnight sky. One day, after a long period of contemplation, John assembled a small group of like-minded individuals in a modest cabin near the forest's edge. There, amid the aroma of freshly brewed tea and the natural symphony of rustling leaves and distant bird calls, they exchanged personal stories, philosophical reflections, and intimate experiences. Each member recounted their journey, how life's encounters had reshaped their understanding of the world. John listened attentively, jotting down ideas while sharing his own thoughts on how true wisdom blossoms from a deep engagement with reality. The discussions often drifted toward themes of time, space, and infinity. One elderly gentleman, with a soft and measured voice, recounted a memory from his youth, how, in a fleeting moment, he had seen eternity mirrored in the eyes of a loved one. His words resonated deeply with everyone present, prompting reflections on the ephemeral nature of the present. John came to understand that perhaps the meaning of existence was not found in unraveling every mystery, but in learning to recognize the miracle hidden in each heartbeat and every breath. As the community flourished, so too did the questions that emerged. The conversations evolved from personal anecdotes to more abstract discussions, touching on the nature of consciousness, the fabric of reality, and the flow of time itself. John frequently drew upon ancient philosophical teachings, illustrating how sages of old sought to grasp the essence of being through meditation, art, and communion with nature. He maintained that every culture, every civilization contributed its unique perspective to the vast puzzle of truth. Truth as multifaceted and brilliant as a diamond, refracting light in innumerable directions. One clear evening, beneath a luminous full moon, the group gathered around a crackling bonfire. In the flickering light, the faces of those assembled appeared open and sincere. Rising to speak, John stressed the importance of never ceasing the journey, of persisting in the search despite obstacles and uncertainties. His words were imbued with a deep conviction that every individual possessed the capacity to discover their own truth, if only they dared to look inward. Soon the conversation turned to the elusive nature of being, which John described as defying simple explanation. It was like an intricate tapestry woven by an unseen hand, each detail meaningful, every misstep a lesson in disguise. John shared his own trials of despair and uncertainty, explaining how those very moments had taught him to cherish the light and joy that followed. He urged his listeners to view every challenge as an opportunity for growth, a step along the path to inner harmony. Inspired by that transformative night, John began organizing small workshops and retreats. These gatherings provided people an opportunity to withdraw from the bustle of daily life, to immerse themselves in meditation and profound reflection. He believed that in the quiet solitude, the most fundamental truths often emerged, and that every person was capable of answering the ultimate questions. Who am I, and why am I here? His retreats soon became sanctuaries, where participants not only exchanged knowledge, but also learned to listen to their inner voices, accept their vulnerabilities, and uncover an inexhaustible source of inner light. As time passed, the community grew, drawing together people of diverse ages, professions, and backgrounds. John observed with quiet joy how each participant left the gatherings transformed, their lives enriched with newfound clarity and gratitude for every moment. In their shared stories, there emerged a common understanding that existence was not a random series of events, but a complex, beautiful dance in which every step held purpose. Immersed in ancient texts and the heartfelt exchange of insights, John became ever more convinced that the true meaning of existence lay in harmonizing with both oneself and the world. He came to see that every individual carries within a spark of eternity, and that our journey is a continual movement toward light, a quest to comprehend infinity and to realize the unity of all creation. His reflections, tender and profound, gradually evolved into a powerful force capable of transforming lives. Standing under a starlit sky, surrounded by friends and fellow seekers, John felt that his journey was only just beginning. His path stretched out before him, revealing new horizons with every step, and reminding him that within each person lies a spark, ready to ignite a flame bright enough to light even the darkest corners of the universe.